Alright, hey guys, girls, gals, friends, and fiends. What's up, what's up, what's up? Boss Bro Liebly here.
And JoJo some of the time. And we're going to be doing a top 10 monsters and monster legends.
And guys, we might update this list later on if we feel that it's
change.
not. Yeah.
But it's going to feature some VIPs because not all
Yeah.
of them are disappointments. But it's
Yeah.
also going to feature some classic monsters too.
So, just to get this kicked off, so you can see up at the top, that is the website that we are recording with. I'm not sure, can you guys see that?
It's the monsterwiki.com.
Yeah, monsterwiki.com. It's an awesome fan-made site, that just has all sorts of information, from breeding to new monsters to new events coming out to the islands. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So,
we're not necessarily sure in order, but we're going to be covering monsters just in general.
Yeah.
So 10 monsters that we think could possibly be the top 10. We'll kick it off.
And then later on we'll officially
We'll kick it off with a monster that's new. He's not even been added into the official Monstergram yet, but his name is Mechamancer. And he is an amazing monster. If you look at him, he's fast.
He looks very cool.
Yeah, he's just floating there. He's like the meditation guy. And let's view his special move.
And he's metal, which I forgot.
And his special move, Spontaneous Creation, it's very heavy metal damage to all enemies. It stuns them and magnetizes them and can give Mechamancer an extra turn.
Yeah, it's an amazing special move. Alright, so we're just gonna go through all of his moves. Actually no, we're gonna go through
his second
moveset. Yeah.
So his second, you've got a 40 AoE that does special damage with only a 2-turn cooldown. That is actually good amongst most AoEs, but you'll see he has a better AoE coming up. Because oftentimes you get 45 AoEs with 4-turn cooldowns where pretty much you use them once in the battle.
So, a 40 AoE with a 1-turn cooldown and gains haste, which means that he will be a bunch faster.
One target.
Oh yeah, one target, sorry.
And
may magnetize all targets.
It's just a kind of bad move.
Yeah.
It doesn't do any damage and it just magnetizes them.
But then this right here is where it gets good, guys.
So practice makes perfect. It's a 45 AoE and magnetized with no cooldown. If this move doesn't get fixed at all before he comes out, this would be one of the best moves in the game. Because if he does practice makes perfect to magnetize them all, and then does, can you go up to his second moveset, please? And then does concentration, he can do a lot of damage.
Yeah, sure.
In addition, the Calm Before the Storm, it may apply damage reduction to all enemies and then possesses them. Unfortunately, it does have a 4-turn cooldown, but still, it possesses all enemies.
So then this move, it's going to give double damage to an ally and may possess a target with only a 3-turn cooldown, which is pretty good.
No, it's an enemy, not an ally. It gives double damage and possesses the enemy.
Yeah, I know, I said that.
You said double damage to an ally.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, double damage to ally may possess.
No, but it's a single enemy, not ally.
Yes, but it may give double... Okay. Anyways.
I think what it does is it possesses and gives double damage to the target to make...
Yeah, okay.
To make them be possessed and take lots of damage and make them deal even more damage while they're doing it. So, he can possess with 2 moves. He's got one of the best AoEs in the game, if not the best. And he can give himself haste, which is just an added bonus to make sure he can get his moves off before he dies.
So that is Mechamancer, and that probably took a bit too long.
And now we'll move on to Zyla the Faithful. She is a VIP monster, but she is the new Voltaic. So many of you guys know Voltaic is like one of the best monsters in the game. Let's start off Chain Devastation and 80 AoE. It isn't the best special move. And do Fast Chains, because that's one of her end moves. So that's a 20 with an extra turn that only costs 27 stamina, which means stamina regeneration gives more than that move costs.
Deals heavy special damage, may make target bleed. Pretty good. It's a 50 single target, but you probably won't end up using it.
Then you got
a 25 AoE with no cooldown.
It's nice, but it isn't her best move. And then the move from this moveset you're gonna want to use is Agony Chains, because it's 50 with only 31 stamina and only a 1-turn cooldown, and of course the extra turn. You've got Direct Slaughter, which deals 50 and gives precision. I'd probably maybe use that. No, I'd use Anguish Chains, which does 35 AoE with a 2-turn cooldown, because that can be a great finishing move.
And this just isn't that great of a move. Anguish Chains, I mean, it's a 35 AoE with a 2-turn cooldown.
I'd use it as a finisher. And then
possibly.
And then Affliction Chains is her best move. It does 55 with only 34 stamina and a 2-turn cooldown. In addition, it can daze, give her precision, and give an extra turn.
So next up on our category is probably going to be this new monster. So he's the dad unit. He was recently released into Monster Legends. So basically the dad unit.
Do his special. So his special you will do as I tell you, possesses all enemies, in addition doing a fair amount of metal damage.
So then we're just gonna skip to his second moveset because he really has one good move.
That's in his third.
Yeah.
And 45 and stun with no cooldown. I'd do that.
So you can just stun lock, except for
Respect My Authority is good. 35 AoE and magnetize, but it isn't the best he's got. And then a single target small shield with no cooldown. In addition, you've got 55 in daze with no cooldown. He can do a fair amount of damage there. And you've got, this is probably the best AoE in the game. It does 50 and it magnetizes them all, which is actually quite impressive. As you can do a lot of damage and then make them weak to metal attacks too.
And then this is a 30% shield to all allies. It does have a 3-turn cooldown, but it is still a pretty good move.
Yeah.
So, another one on the list is another metal monster. His name is Timerion.
And I think most people can agree that Timerion's the best monster in the game. And since he is Leaves' favorite monster, I will let Leaves take over discussing him.
Alright, so Timerion is basically a really, really special type of monster. He has fair speed, he's metal, and he has this trait, the artifact trait. So it says that Timerion is not alive, it's an artifact. Status effects are useless, which is amazing. So he can't be frozen, he can't be stunned, it's just amazing.
He just can't really be affected by anything.
So all of his moves basically do very unique things. So stunning tempo may daze all enemies. Okay.
Spelling error.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you don't really want that. Precision tempo, same with that. And some people rock Time Machine, but you really, I don't
Time
think
Machine, I actually really like the move Time Machine, so it will transform all enemies into their young stage.
But it makes them do 40% less damage for 3 turns.
Yeah, which is pretty awesome. It's basically Genie's special move.
Yeah.
So this move will definitely have to be in your end moveset.
Because it's the only way to kill high-level bosses in Adventure Max. Yep. So what it does is it brings the target's health down to be equal with Timerion's health, which means for all those bosses with 1 million some health,
yeah,
it just brings them down to 26,000 health.
Yep. All allies skills cooldowns deactivate.
So, it's a good move. It isn't part of his end move, though.
Yeah.
It's good. I put that on my Timerion by accident, and it's helpful, but...
So, Space Time, this should probably be in your end moveset for Timerion. So, for the next turn, Timerion and its team will dodge all incoming damage.
Which means they just will miss... Every move will miss them.
Yep. Target can't attack the next turn. Timerion gains 1 extra turn. That will definitely probably be in your end moveset.
Yeah. And then you've got cooldowns activated, which is the final move in his end moveset. It sets the cooldowns active on all enemy skills, which means pretty much they won't be able to attack for a couple of turns, unless you're fighting a Barbatos.
And then looped damage, all skills except physical ones directed to Timerion's team will be reflected back onto them, which is an amazing skill. But yeah, it would probably not be in your end moveset.
So yeah. Our next monster that we're going to cover, her name is Kylek, and she is probably the second best monster because she has one extremely unique skill that makes her stand out above all other monsters. So she can her trait's immune to freeze and she's fast, but pretty much she can serve as your lean-to Timerion for your whole team, but we'll get to that in a bit. So her special move, Ultra Frost, can't do any damage, but it freezes all enemies and removes all their energy, which is 2 turns of immobilization. Then you've got Polar Prison, Polar Prison, it's a 45 and freeze, and I think it was only a 2-turn cooldown. In days. It's a pretty good move. Polar Vortex is 60 is 60 with only a 1-turn cooldown. She isn't a damage dealer, so I wouldn't use that. In this move, it's good, but it isn't her best move. It can give precision to all allies and energy regeneration, which means you won't really be missing and you won't have to recharge as much. It's good if you're using a Xyla or something. Then you've got Glacial Prison, which is really good. It's 35 and freeze so if you do Glacial Prison and Polar Prison, you can have 2 good freezes. Permafrost is an AoE freeze, which is really helpful. Then her unique move is Protection of the Northern Winds. So for 2 turns, all allies become immune to freeze, stun, and daze. So which means you're like really won't be affected at all by immobilization.
Alright guys, so I think that we're gonna end up splitting this into 2 parts.
Yeah, this is episode 1 through 5. Now we will cover our other monsters in the next episode. Thanks for watching. Stay squishy and feel free to do a flip over that like and subscribe button.
Later guys.